Hello guys, and welcome to day 4 of our training program, 90 days data science with Python. So if you didn't follow up with day 1, which was installing Python, day 2, which was variables and data type, day 3, which was operators, and now day 4 is control flow. So you can go back to the other videos and watch them. Now today we'll be looking at controlling the flow of our program. So actually there are Python have the if statement, the Elif statement, and the else statement, and they will also have nested if statement. So in this program, I am declaring x is equals to 10, and then I'm just doing the if statement. If x is greater than 5, then we have print x is greater than 5. So if I run this, it's just going to give me x greater than 5. What happens if it is less than or equals to, right, blah, nothing get printed. So this is where the else will come in. Now there's something that we miss out from the beginning, right? Talking about comment in Python. So we can comment by using this, and if you want to do multiple comments, you're going to do this, like 3 dots like that. So this is multi-line comment, right? So multi-line comments here, right? So I can continue with the comment, right? And then what again? And so another thing that we didn't talk about is indentation. So I think now it's the time for us to understand indentation. So if you look at this, if I do this like this, right, and I run it, it tells me that expected an indented block. So Python does not use block of code like in other programming language where they will do the if like this: if then x is greater than y or 5, and then you have curly braces like this to present block of code. No, Python does not do that. So Python use the indent, right? So you indent like that, and this always find, especially for beginners, they always fall into this kind of problems, right? So try as much as possible to look at it very well. Then now we have the if else statement, which I've just implemented here. If x is greater than this and blah, so it gives us the reverse. Now another case comes when you want to do nested, like you want to have you're checking for so many conditions, right? So I can have is if x is less than 5, I've declared x as 10. If x is less than 5, then x is less than 5. If x is equals to 10, then print x is 10. If x is less than, or else you print that x is greater than 5. Now this is stagnant, right? So I can make this this to be, let the user input the value. So let's make it in such way that the user inputs the value. So like we did before, right, to receive user input, I'll use input and then enter a number, right? So the user now is going to enter a number. But now let's check the type of x, right? So it asks me to enter a number, so I enter 20. It tells me that my x is a string. I think we saw that in the last video, right? So what do? We have to pass in an int here. Last time we were working with floating point number, so we did a float, so it actually converts it from int to string, from string to int. Now so I can enter 20. It tells me x is greater than 5, right? X is greater than 5. It falls right here. Now let me run again and enters 2, right? And so it tells me x is less than 5. So where is it? It falls here. Now I can do, so I can put if x is greater than or equals to 5 and x is greater than or equals to 15. Let's see, right? So let me put 12. So x is greater than 5, so 5 falls here. So x is less than, or let me try something from what we did last time. So okay, it keeps falling here, right? So but I wanted it to be 10, right? I wanted it to fall on 10. So let me just go back to the double equal sign, right? So if I run this and I put 10 here, then it goes to that one. Now we can have nested if statement, right? So I just have this and it tells me 10, 20, then x is greater than y, and this. So now I'm going to do another practical example of this such that we can better understand. So I'm going to ask the user to enter any number, right? So the user is going to enter any number, so I'll just put num is this input. So let me just do int input and enter any number. Now what we do is we're going to be doing if the num is greater than 0, right? So we're going to print here that num, yes, num is positive, right? And definitely else there, else print num is negative, right? But now we might also want to do if, right, num is positive, is divisible by 0, right? It's even. We want to check if it's even. Now look at the way that indent went to, right? You see what I was talking about, indentation. Look at where it went to. So now I'm going to do print. Now num is positive and even, right? Else print num is positive and odd, right? So this one doesn't play any role now. So I can run this. It asks the user to enter a number, so I enter 6. It prints me that num is positive and even. So if I run again and I put 5, it tells me it's positive and odd, right? So what if I put negative 10, right? You just tell me the number is negative. So I can do the same thing down here, right? So that is cool. So now what you're going to do, you're going to write a program to check if the number is odd and even. So I've already done that for you. You're going to make a grading system based on marks, right? So if somebody scored 80 and the person scores an A grade, is the person score between 70 and 80, the person scores a B grade. And so just that grading system that's used in universities, right? So you just try to do that. And then now we have a leap year. So I've also done the leap year. Ask the user to enter any year. And now what are we doing? We're checking what's a leap year. A leap year's number is any year that is divisible by 4 without a remainder. And then also if we divide it by 400, we don't have a remainder, right? So leap year occurs after every 4 years, right? But there are some numbers that are divisible by 4. There are some years that are divisible by 4 that are not leap year. So we're going to do that. So now I've done a condition here that if the year is divisible by 4 and it's equals to 0 without a remainder, and the year is, if we do modulus division by 10 and it's not equals to 0, or we do modulus division by 400 and it's equal to 0, then the year is a leap year, else it's not a leap year. So if I have like 2024, it tells me that it's a leap year. If I go to, oh, what the hell? If I go to 2017, it tells me it is not a leap year. Now, some applications of conditional statements in real life, you can, in e-commerce website, we're checking the availability of product, calculating the discount based on purchase volume. You can do that. On ATM machines, you want to verify if the user has sufficient fund in his account before making the deficit. In Momo transactions, right, when you type you want to do a transaction, you want to send somebody money by mobile transfer, it checks if you have enough money in order for that to happen. In game development, we can use conditional statement to know various states of the player, right? If the game is over, if the player is dead, right, or whatever. And so if the game is finished, then we can restart the game. In traffic control systems, right, we can have that. Now for your assignments this week, right, this is the assignment that you're going to do this week. So we have, you write a program that reads the age of person and categorize them into this category. So check a number is prime, calculator problem, and traffic light system. So you do all of this exercise and submit them by the end of the week. So if you start working on Monday, we expect you to submit it on or before Sunday.